Sometimes also I used to refer to the daily questions which are posted on Law Experts website that you used to post a daily question. It was actually very helpful, and I've joined test series at Law Experts this year.
Welcome to Law Experts. This is Topper's time, and now we are having the most young and vibrant Miss Nidhi with us, who has cleared this UPSC law optional mains with glowing colors. So let's first ask her to introduce herself so we could have more important and interesting facts about her. So please, ma'am, can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, this is Nidhi. I did my graduation and masters in chemistry, but contrary to that, I chose a very different optional. I chose law as my optional, and this was my third attempt at UPSC, and for the first time I cleared prelims, and I have got selected this time.
Oh, excellent. So you're from a chemistry background, taking law as optional. That's really interesting. So what made you take law as optional?
Ma'am, honestly, I wasn't very comfortable with taking chemistry as an optional, though I've done my master's in that, but I wasn't sure whether it will pay me a lot in for UPSC. So I wanted to take a subject which would help me in my GS preparation and also later in services. And law is something which has always attracted me. And also my brother is a lawyer by profession. He was doing his LLP, LLM that time when I was preparing. So he used to discuss law related developments with me. So from there, I got this interest in law and I chose it as an optional.
Excellent. So even you are graduated or you're familiar with the subject, what's important for an optional is when you're comfortable and eager with the subject, right?
Yes, true.
That's excellent. Even Neha ma'am used to tell the same thing. So we see non-law students performing very well and we are happy about it. Okay, ma'am. So what was your feeling when you saw the paper? Your law optional paper, UPSC special paper.
First when I saw paper one, I was sort of relieved because it was a very generic paper as such. The first part, the section A of the paper was more like a GS paper only. It wasn't like that, there is something very core from law they have asked. And since in paper one, I have focused mainly, my major focus was on in international law. So I was really happy because questions from international law were really good, and I attempted my majority of questions from section B itself. And apart from for paper 2 also, I found section A really good because I focus more on torts and crime only rather than focusing more on contract. So that's how I found the paper really well. These were a very doable paper and actually easy paper.
Okay, so having you told you felt like a GS paper, whether it's when you were writing the answers, you wrote generally answers along with legal points, or you have concentrated on case laws and only legal issues, or you related with current affairs. How was your strategy in answer writing?
My strategy was mainly a mixed one. You were my mentor only, so I used to write generic answers with mentioning a few of the case laws. For a 10 marker, I used to mention it maximum 2 case laws, and for 15 marker, I used to mention maximum of 3 case laws. I tried to balance between the more technical aspect of law and the very generic nature of the GS one, which was my strategy to balance both, and it shouldn't be very relying on the extremes and should be a harmonious mix of both. So
excellent, ma'am. We were here 6 years, and in my journey, I have seen lots of topper telling don't take it very serious, don't discuss on legal issues. That's what I was pointing out to everyone. Thank you so much. Then, ma'am, what was your strategy for UPSC law optionals?
I relied mainly on my notes. I used to make my own notes using the static portion from the Bare Act and from previous year questions, and by searching some topics on internet. Sometimes also I used to refer to the daily questions which are posted on Law Experts website that you used to post a daily question. It was actually very helpful when I was revising finally for my exam, that I used to directly look at the questions which were posted on Law Expert, and I used to supplement my notes with those questions and the relevant case laws which are being mentioned there. And I've joined test series at Lawxperts this year. Though I've written very few tests because I used to write 1, 2, 3 question on in 2 to 3 days. So I haven't submitted a lot of tests, but I used to write answers on my own and evaluate it by my own.
What are the things like you say you have to avoid when you are taking law optional? Is it very vast? That is, the syllabus is very vast. Very many people have this thinking, right? The syllabus is very vast. Don't take law option. So, what is your opinion on that?
Ma'am, I personally do not feel this way, that it has a very vast syllabus. It is up to you, like how much you are reading or what sources you are following. Like law is one subject where you can have very limited number of sources, and you can, like, you should focus on revising those things the maximum time, like summarizing your own notes, then like a number of times, like once you make a detailed notes, then you should go for short notes, then you should go for sometimes notes of only the case laws and the relevant other things. So I think this should be the focus of our strategy, rather than like reading a number of books, which is not of any use, because ultimately our aim is to crack this exam. If we want to pursue law, it's our whole life. We can pursue it later also as a career.
Exactly. Well said. Well said. See, you're not going to write any book. You're not going to be a stalwart in law, MP Jain in law, writing constitutional book. What you want for UPSC, this focus is what is important. How a person who's aspiring for UPSC, how they should tame their life, the dedication circle. This much time you have to devote. So, what would be your do's and don'ts for UPSC?
Ma'am, firstly, I believe it is very important that we should have a clear vision in our mind. That if we want to do something, we have to do it with full dedication, and it shouldn't be like a rat race, or if somebody is doing it, then we'll also do it and we'll just take it as a chance. Because UPSC is not just about an exam, it is an experience in itself. It either makes you or it breaks you. Like I had a journey of 3 years, and still I have more journey to go, because definitely I'll be improving next year. So I think that mental setup is very important. You need to have the support of your friends and your family, because there will be time when you will feel like you're at the lowest in your life. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to continue your studies, and repeating the same cycle every day, because you are not in any job or anything, but still you have to wake up at a particular time. You have to study for these many hours. You have to go to bed at a particular time, and you have to do everything very religiously. So I think a strong mental setup is very much required for this exam. Apart from that, it is more about like practicing what you are studying, which matters more rather than like studying a lot. You need to retrieve the same information in various formats. Like for prelims, you should focus more on the factual aspects and maximum number of revisions. Whereas mains requires you to be more analytical in your approach, to have a broader perspective about things. So these are few things which I think everybody should do. And to have a very good mental health is very important for this exam, which we usually undermine. And I believe it is one problem which every aspirant faces, and we don't talk about these things. So this is one thing I think everybody should focus on.
Excellent, excellent. Well said. Your focus is really up to mark. Like, yeah, you totally deserve it, because you know what prelims wants, what mains wants. Your strategy for prelims is different, and for mains is different, and interview it will be rather different. Your reasoning, analyzation skills you will be nurturing on, right? So you have understood the entire scheme, what UPSC demands, and you have catered yourself for what actually it demands. So it's a perfect planning. So who you owe your success to? Because like you have been brought up so well. Like see, you are focusing so well, because it's not just today you have got it. It is from your childhood, right? So to whom you owe your success?
Firstly, I owe it to my parents, because my parents have been my biggest support since my childhood. Only my father is a retired principal. So my parents and my mother is also a teacher. So my upbringing is that
excellent. Father is a principal, so like, oh, it's like a boon, right? He's mentored so right then. So your brother, like.
And my brother also, he has played a very important role. My friends had been there for me, and especially I had non-UPSC background friends. So, you know, you don't always have people who are talking about the same tension related to the exam, what will happen, what will not happen. So it is very important to have some friends in your life who are like chill and who are in other fields, who can, you know, make you feel relaxed that, okay, this is not only about this, you have other things in your life also. So to my friends, and my entire family, because they had been a part of this journey in every single moment. They were there for me when I had 2 failures before. They were there for me when I was trying to improve, be it sickness or whatever. They were always there for me. So I owe it to my parents, to my teachers, my family, my friends, everybody. And especially my mentors. Like, I remember you people at Lawxperts were very helpful. Like, I had a few discussions with you also. And personally, I had my mentor, Mr. Anupam Jain. He is my personal mentor. Like, he used to guide me in every stage, for prelims, for mains, GS preparation, and for my interview also. So these are the people without whom I don't think this journey means anything.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Like, see, a person is coming, having a single attempt and getting the victory. That's something different. But having attempts and then coming back to the war is everything that holds. So that's what is making you very unique, and also this non-law background. So we are really happy to have you, and thank you so much for your time, because these times are so valuable, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We feel really proud. Yeah.
Thank you so much.